In a groundbreaking development in Vietnam's rigorous anti-corruption drive, Truong My Lan, a prominent figure in the real estate industry, has been handed a sentence for her involvement in a staggering $12.5 billion financial fraud.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This severe penalty is part of Vietnam's fierce Blazing Furnace initiative, which has already seen the resignations of 2 presidents amid corruption charges. Now, this historic trial, widely covered in the state-controlled media, a rare move by Vietnam as it is, showcased Lan's deep manipulation of the Saigon Joint Stock Commercial Bank, or SCB for short, inflicting massive financial damages.
Stop it. Get some help.
This case underscores the Communist Party's commitment to eradicating corruption, though it has stirred debates about potential political motivations behind these purges, impacting the nation's governance and shaking the confidence of both local and international economic stakeholders. Truong My Lan, once a towering figure in Vietnam's real estate market, has a story marked by ambition, acumen, and ultimately a dramatic fall. Her ascent in the real estate development industry reflects not just personal drive, but also the rapid economic transformations within Vietnam over the past few decades. Born into modest circumstances, Lan leveraged her keen understanding of market dynamics and regulatory frameworks to carve out a niche in the real estate sector. She began her career in the early 1990s, a time when Vietnam was, just opening up its economy to global investors. Recognizing the potential for real estate in a rapidly urbanizing landscape, Lan founded the Van Thien Phat Holdings Group. And under her leadership, Van Thien Phat quickly became synonymous with high-profile real estate projects across Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City, the country's bustling economic heartland. The company's portfolio grew to include everything from luxury residential complexes to commercial skyscrapers, contributing significantly to the city's modern skyline. Lan's success stemmed from her strategic foresight and ability to navigate the complex interplay of politics and business in Vietnam. She built strong relationships with government officials and secured favorable terms that allowed her company to acquire prime land parcels in key urban areas. Her approach often involved a mix of shrewd negotiations and partnerships with other influential business figures, a tactic that propelled her company to the forefront of the industry. Van Thien Phat, under Lan's helm, not only dominated local markets, but also attracted foreign investment. Her ability to pitch Vietnam as an emerging real estate haven to investors in Hong Kong, Singapore, and beyond was crucial in securing the capital necessary to fund ambitious projects that seemed to promise high returns. Beyond business ventures, Lan was also known for her philanthropic efforts. She established charitable foundations on education and healthcare, particularly aiming to support rural communities in Vietnam. These initiatives were widely publicized and enhanced her public image, portraying her as a business leader with a conscience. However, Lan's career was not without controversy. Her rapid accumulation of wealth and power raised eyebrows, with rumors circulating about the less savory methods behind her empire building, including allegations of land grabs and unfair displacement of local communities. These accusations were often overshadowed by her contributions to the economy and her role as one of the few prominent female tycoons in Asia. Truong My Lang manipulated SCB by controlling it through an extensive network of proxies. Despite regulatory limitations on large shareholders and banks, Lan and her accomplices managed to circumvent these rules and effectively took over control of the entire bank. Investigators found that Lan and her associates siphoned off more than 304 trillion Vietnamese dong, approximately $12.5 billion, from SCB. This was executed through a series of complex transactions and financial manipulations, which were designed to divert funds from the bank into other coffers of Lan's real estate empire, Van Thien Phat Holdings Group, and other personal accounts.
Bank. Now, she didn't own the bank. There's actually a Vietnamese law that prohibits any individual from owning more than 5% of a bank's shares. So, according to prosecutors, she very much faked her way into near complete ownership. Hundreds of shell companies and people acting as proxies on her behalf, altogether buying more than just a controlling interest in the bank. By the end, Truong My Lan owned more than 90% of Saigon Commercial Bank.
The scale of this fraud was enormous, causing damages to SCB estimated to be around 677 trillion Vietnamese dong, which comes out to 27 billion USD.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f*** is that?
This not only affected the bank's financial stability, but it also affected its reputation and standing in the Vietnamese and international banking communities.
Stop it. Get some help.
The exposure of this fraud had significant legal and financial consequences for SCB as well. It highlighted severe oversight failures and governance issues within the bank, leading to a loss of investor confidence.
Prosecutors said she even ordered her driver, interestingly, to withdraw $4 billion. It's almost unfathomable to think about this. From the bank over 3 years, and then to stash it in her basement. A little note is that all that cash would weigh at least 2 tons sitting in her basement. And she was able to do this because she had friends in high places. One of them was the Communist Party chief of Ho Chi Minh City, the capital. But after he retired about several years ago, she lost her patron effectively, and the things started to crumble around her, and she was finally arrested. But politically, Vietnam's government has been on this massive crusade to stamp out corruption. The concern is that it would weaken support for the party and the politicians itself.
The scandal also prompted increased regulatory scrutiny of banking practices in Vietnam, especially concerning the ownership structures and internal controls of private banks. The Vietnamese government and financial regulators started to tighten regulations to prevent such occurrences in the future, as they should. The public disclosure of this scandal, particularly its coverage in the state media, played a crucial role in shaping public image and investors' perceptions. It raised alarms about the integrity of the financial institutions in Vietnam, impacting foreign investment sentiments and shaking the confidence of international stakeholders in the stability of Vietnam's financial system. The involvement of SCB and Truong My Lan scandal serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities in financial systems that can be exploited by those in positions of power. It also underscores the importance of regulatory frameworks and stringent oversight mechanisms to safeguard the interests of stakeholders and maintain the overall health of the banking sector. This case also became a pivotal example in Vietnam's ongoing efforts to combat corruption and enforce greater transparency and accountability in both the public and the private sectors. In conclusion, Truong My Lan's rise in real estate was emblematic of Vietnam's shift towards a market-driven economy and its integration into the global market. Her story is a complex tapestry of pioneering success and the pitfalls that often accompany unchecked ambition in a fast-evolving economic landscape. As her legal battles unfold, they not only highlight her individual trajectory, but also reflect broader themes of power, corruption, and reform within Vietnam. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
FBI, open up!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It is what it is. It is what it is.